Looks like a mirror. Is it a mirror?
It's the reflection of the.
Okay, it's a reflection. Wow. But it's good because notice how it's dark and it's bright over here. So it's good contrasting colors, good symmetry. So yeah, play around with the effects. Maybe make some of the colors that pop out so it's not grainy. Also, when you're making your effects, you need to make your effects on the original photograph. Okay? You're like, and you need to print because you need to print your photograph. When you print 8 by 10, it needs to be from the original photograph. If you do not print from the original photograph and you print from a web photo, it's going to be very, very, very pixelated and it's going to be messed up and you will not get many points out of it. Like, you got to print from your original photograph because it has a high megapixel. Wow, this is really good with focus. I'm pretty sure they used a SLR photograph. You can also do this in Photoshop, add a Gaussian blur and erase different parts that you do not want or want blurred out. But this is good, like rule of thirds. I would maybe go a little bit more right there as my crop. Maybe a little bit, but yeah, this is really good. I really like this naturalistic part too. I like the color, the contrasting color with the orange. I don't like this guy has his butt at me. I mean, unless you're trying to be funny, but I mean, it's okay. This is good. Like, remember the perspective? And it's really good with black and white. I would even increase my whites even more and my blacks even more, so you get even more of a contrasting color. This looks just like a normal photograph you would see on the street. The sky is all whited out. Maybe try black and white if you want, but I don't know. Wow, this person really went the extra. I'm guessing it's from their house, but it's a really good vantage point. Good essence of soul. Maybe bring out more of the darks so you get more of a contrasting color. This looks like a normal photograph. This is good, like, see the eye? My eye is automatically drawn to this, the road, and then my eye curves around this road trying to follow it. I really like that, what you did with my eye, trying to make it curve around. Good colors, maybe play around with the colors. Good rule of thirds as well with the road. Maybe try to add a little bit blue to the sky. I really like this one. See the frame that the tree made, and then you see this couple in the background with the umbrella. This is really like romantic, you know, because they got the arm around, they got the umbrella. Already we're having that sense of like, oh, I know what this feels like, or maybe you don't, and you're like, oh, I wish I knew what this feels like. But nevertheless, you have this feeling inside you, like, oh, I want to be that guy or that girl that's there. And also this tree has a representation because, you know, a lot of times, like, people will carve their names or initials into a tree to represent like how much they care for that person, or they'll have a picnic next to a tree. So this tree does a good job of representing that as well with the mood. I'm gonna skip this because they didn't rotate it. Notice the lights here is too bright, way too bright. So when you take this photograph, I would have decreased it a little bit. It's a little bit too much light. Or you can just in Photoshop you can take the exposure. Remember I touched your exposure? Take the exposure and decrease it. And you'll get more of the contrast and you can see what's going on. I'll skip it because it's shadowed. Now my point of interest would be the playground, but it's not the rule of thirds. It's kind of like in the middle, so I would have like done it more like this. I'd play around with the colors. To be honest, I just look at it, my eye goes off. You didn't use rule of thirds. I don't know what this tree is doing there, but good effort. I like the graffiti, yeah, but I would have tried a different angle on the graffiti. This looks like a normal photograph somebody would have taken. Try a different angle, like take it from a different direction to get that graffiti. Maybe be on the ground, like more closer, looking up at the graffiti with the signs in the background. Now this photograph I really like. Did you use SLR or your compact?
The big one.
The big one? Okay, yeah. Because you couldn't get this, I don't think, otherwise. But notice the detail. It's more of a macro effect to it. What's this black right here?
What? Oh, it's my shadow.
Oh, your shadow.
Yeah.
Okay. Bummer. Otherwise, it would have been perfect. But it's still good photograph, especially the lights. Notice my eye is automatically taken to the line. I'm looking, and now my eye is not disappointed because I see all these cool lighting effects, even this car in the background. So it's a really good job leading the eye and then helping me not to be disappointed with it. And I like this grading effect. This is pretty good. It was hard for me to distinguish what this stuff is going on, but I like the texture. See this texture stuff here? And the black and white is what really helps it get that texture and shadows. So, and this photograph was one of my favorites. You got the blur effect, but the thing that makes this work is right here, the colors. See the stop sign and then the yellow and red colors? And then you got the matching colors on the red on the subway. Then you got a little bit matching colors here. Notice there's a glare effect here. What I would do is use the selection tool or lasso this red sign and bring down the highlights. So make it a little bit darker and take that glare off because it's kind of distracting your photograph a little bit. But this is a really good photograph. The movement with the on that and most people are like, oh, this is a good photograph because you were in the right place at the right time with the train. No, anyone can take a photograph of a train moving. What really makes it is, like I said, this part here. And you can even see the reflection of the sign right there. It's just the colors work in this photograph. I mean, even the lines down here, you got the blue and the yellow. And up here you got the blue and the yellow. And here you got the yellow. I mean, it really coordinates. So I'm not sure if you're trying to coordinate those colors. You're just thinking oh, there's a moving train, I'm going to take it. But I'm guessing because you framed it really nice, when I first see this photograph, I see the moving tree or the train. Then my eye goes to the left to the sign, and it follows down the sign. And then my eye goes across this little barrier to the stop sign. And then it's taken back to the train with this little line here. So that's what you want. You want the eye to look, move into the direction, and just keep moving back into the picture. And that's what this picture does. So super duper. I don't see a point of interest. Rule of thirds, I don't see something at one of those points. A little bit too much of a glare on the whites. So try something else. This is a good effect. See, this is creative. This is like a normal picture. This is a creative picture because it's different. Okay? So yeah, try the different color effects and you'll have some. Oh, how are you going to take away the date? You have to take the date away. This is good perspective, okay? I've seen pictures of just the tower, and I've seen pictures of just the locks. This person incorporated both, so it's good effort in terms of combining and good colors. So, wow, this is good lighting. Your rule of thirds maybe needs to go right about there. The sky needs to be 1/3 and the other stuff is 2/3. Right now it's kind of caught in the middle, but it's really good lighting effects. I've taken this before. I'll have the camera and then I'll move it on purpose to get this effect. This is what happens when you don't use a tripod or you don't lean next to something to take a picture. Sometimes it can be a good effect, sometimes bad. This case, yeah, it's I like the reds with it. Your point of interest, I'm guessing, is these little circles. So it's got good potential. This is a normal photograph. Now this is more of creative, okay? Different perspective. I like the red up here, and that's at the rule of third. It's leading your eye up, and that's what you want to do is lead your eye to a photograph, and then you're looking at the house. So maybe bring out the reds. So this looks really nice.